Okay, well, it was that cold weather prompting a unique request from LG&E. The company asked people to conserve power as a precautionary measure.
They sent this notice out right after 11:30 last night, Shay, and it caught our attention. Next year, the company, though, is expected to provide power to a major data facility. WHAS 11's Ian Hardwitt is joining us now here after talking with LG&E today. And Ian, are they prepared for this?
Doug, yeah, they say they're prepared, but that really is going to be a tall order considering how much this data center is going to consume. That data center would probably power AI technology. It's called a hyperscale facility, and starting next year, it would consume about 130 megawatts of power. That's the equivalent of 130,000 homes. On one hand, we have, these cold temperatures, meaning people need to maybe cut back on power consumption. On the other hand, we're looking ahead at something that's going to consume a lot of power. So is LG&E prepared for that load?
We are, absolutely. So, and we also just introduced our integrated resource plan, which also talks about the importance of ensuring we build enough generation to meet this growing load. Data centers, it's our #1 growth factor when we look into the future.
Here's what that future looks like. This is a rendering of Kentucky's first hyperscale data center. It'll be built on these 153 acres in Louisville near the Greenwood Meadows Cemetery south of Rubbertown. The large centers are used for tech like AI. Behind it, Virginia-based powerhouse data centers and local developer Polk companies. Here's its president, Hank Hillebrand.
The investment here is going to be in the several billions of dollars.
We don't know exactly how much yet?
We don't know exactly how much, but it's going to be substantial. And the tax revenues that's going to drive are going to be in the tens of millions of dollars every year for the city, state, and school systems.
Tax breaks on the purchase of computer equipment brought the investment here. Hillebrand believes it'll create a few hundred jobs, but it will come with a steep power cost. At full capacity, that's 400 megawatts, about 400,000 homes.
Let's make sure it's clean energy.
Lane Boldman, director of the Kentucky Conservation Committee, warns against the massive consumption costs. She expects more hyperscale centers are on the horizon.
Because the growth of the energy use can be exponential. So just addressing this as one project is really not addressing the big picture that people need to consider.
Are there any sustainability considerations or goals that you guys have to meet for this project?
None that are required outside the general land use codes. What we are excited about this use, because this was land that we could have done a lot of different uses with.
And you're saying it's cleaner and prettier than a chemical plant, for instance?
Correct, yes.
One other thing, though, I have a question about. Some of these that are being built in other states are very noisy because of all the cooling fans they need for the AI technology. I mean, you're talking fan after fan, very loud humming noise that drives residents nuts. Is that a part of this plan?
Yeah, it could be, Doug. This is a 153-acre facility. It's going to be anywhere from 5 to 8 buildings. That means a lot of computers, a lot of cooling. But it's not just going to be fans that's going to be cooling it. They're also going to be using water. So its location next to those electrical transmission lines, in addition to being like a mile away from the Ohio River, means they're going to be pumping water into this place too, and that's going to evaporate to help cool all that technology as well.
All right.